Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to the channel of upright men and women. Guys, today I have three stories to give you. Three. And the reason because why I have three is because they are very recent, they are still developing stories, and details at this time is sketchy, but they are all extremely important. And I'm gonna tell you what I have up to this point while I continue to dig to give you full development as details emerge going into the weekend. The first one is coming out of St. Mary, Anato Bay to be exact. On Wednesday night at about 10:20 p.m., a group of young men, I hear that is about 7 of them, were at a shop just outside on the shop piazza playing domino. Some were playing and some were just looking on. A white car drove up. Some say it's an Axio, but that's yet to be confirmed. Two men emerged from the car and just quietly just walked over to the shop like they're going into the shop to buy something. One of them go up to the shop door itself and looked in, and one go over to the men who were at the domino table and asked them if any of them have a phone, can give him an emergency call because him don't have any credit, him out of credit. All of the young men them said no, them don't have no phone and them can't do it, whatever. Apparently, they identified the person who they came for. Because of course, asking for the phone was just a means to go up close enough to recognize the person where them want. Then, on the signal of the one we got asked for the phone call, the one standing by the entrance of the shop door pull gun and start open fire, and the one who did ask the question also open fire. They open fire on one person, a 17-year-old youth named Raheem Smith. The men just full him up a bullet. I hear that he got about 9 shots. To be truthful, in the news you hear that he was playing dominoes, but no, he was one of the onlookers. Then when they do their deed, they just jump back in the car and they just drove away. Sometimes you have to give thanks for small mercies because they singled out the individual that they want and they dirtied that one individual and left, even out of a crowd of about 9 young men. Now, you may ask, why would they be so vicious against a 17-year-old? Well, let me tell you something. Raheem Smith was 17, but him was a menace to society. Word on the ground is that Raheem took his first life at age 15. And I hear it was the life of a shopkeeper in St. Anne's Bay, but I'm waiting to get the full story on that. He was one of the top members of a gang called Hot Steppers, and they operate between St. Anne and St. Mary, and they have links to the one other gang in St. Catherine, because I hear that that's where his parents are from. But they didn't just kill him because he was a member of a gang. By the way, did I tell you no Raheem Smith's nickname? Well, his nickname is Murder. And let it be known plain and straight, no decent church choir boy going get the nickname Murder. In a Jamaica, we name you after how you look or the things where you do. Do I get an amen? When police go road, just listen to what the culprit nickname is, and if him have a certain nickname, just kill him. Anyway, here is what is believed to be the reason for Raheem Murder Smith's death. On the 22nd of August, Raheem Smith and another young man went to a community called Garden Hill in St. Catherine, and they shot dead 34-year-old St. Catherine man called Horace Butler. Now, don't get me wrong, Horace Butler fi dead. Horace Butler Them call him Monster. You see him name now? Monster. No church choir boy who teach Sunday school name Monster for them nickname. And police hear them the name there, you don't wait him do nothing, just kill him. Him the whole heap, you just that the police don't know. Anyway, Harriet's Butler is one of the top shotter in the Klansman gang run by Tesha Miller. And he actually lives in De La Vega City, right under the right hand of the leaders of the Klansman gang. Now, I don't know what them have or what the situation is, but Raheem Smith came to do a job and him do the works and go back in yard. As a matter of fact, Raheem Murder Smith never just go back in yard. He actually lives in Crooked River. But after doing that deed for Monster, him actually switch up and go live in a Anato Bay, like him go cool out for a while. So he down there about 2 months after doing this act. And them just catch up on him now, and them go, and them dirt him. Raheem Smith, aka Murder, I don't know, good boy. So don't feel sorry for him. Just be glad, say he's no longer with us. Now, guys, I have some good news for you. Good news. Regarding the mass shooting in Commodore St. Catherine, a few days ago, the police get some good lineup. They get some good information. It looked like the people who were talking to me didn't know as much as the people who went and talked to the police. So the police said some good lineup and the police made a visit. In an intelligence-driven operation, the police went to a premises in a place called Jewel's Estate at a place called Nallis in Bagwalk. Now, their intelligence-driven operation took them to Jewel's Estate at Nallis in Bagwalk. They went there at 5 a.m. I tell them to go 2 a.m. You know, but anyway, 5 a.m. They don't wake up yet. Gunmen don't wake up them hours there. For them, they normally start at 9 o'clock. Now, do you hear where I said they went for the men? Jewel Estate. Jewel Estate is a gated community. The houses in there are in excess of $15 million per unit. This is the entrance to Jewel Estate. Now, over the years, we have always heard those apologists for criminals will tell you that the reason why them mania go out and kill people, right, is because they are poor, they are destitute, they had no opportunities, they do it because they want a meal and they make all kind of excuses. But we have been finding consistently that most of these gunmen lives in beautiful houses and a lot of them are in gated communities. So those criminal apologists, don't listen to them. Man take up gun when him just evil and he kills people for those same reasons. Once he's depraved, you're gonna go out and kill regardless of how much money you have or how privileged your life is. Haiti not as rich as Jamaica, for example, but Haiti's population I think is around 8 million. And yet they knock off less than half of the people that we knock off every year, despite the fact that they even have gang wars going on over there. So all I'm saying is, don't listen to those apologists. Anyway, according to the police report, which I believe, upon entering the premises, the police were greeted with gunfire and they returned the fire and the man was shot dead. An M16 rifle was found along with a handgun and several rounds of ammunition and spent shell. Now, let's face it, police now carry no rifle go put on nobody. They might have carry one little handgun, yes, not rifle. That rifle was found in the house. And that was only part one of the operation for go for one of them murderer that did the deed last Sunday night. The police then went to a second house, but when they went there, all they found were two families, and the men who they went for was not there. But the police were still hot on their trail, because it seems as if when them here said them colleague had died at 5 a.m. the morning, them start scatter because them don't know who next. The police try to reach for the rest of them. They all gathered at a different point. So the police missed them. But the police were still hot on their trail, and later on in the morning, at about 10 o'clock, the police catch up with them in a vehicle along Grange Lane in St. Catherine. Looked like they were heading into Kingston or heading into Portmore. A running gun battle between police vehicle and the gunmen ensued. The car eventually stopped and the men scattered, 3 men scattered in different directions. One crossed the road to the other side and 2 jumped in the gully on their side. One of the men was shot and killed in the shootout, and the other 2 escaped. Police had to cordon off the entire length of the road to see if they find where they dropped any guns and to pick up any spent shell left along the roadside which the cordon, because the running gun battle had gone on for at least a mile. So far, that one deceased has not been identified, but his gun was found with him. So that too is a job. Not well done, but close enough. There were some achievements. Give the police little credit. And the hunt is on for the others. So let us just wait and see how that one develops. And I'll bring you as much details as I can as soon as they occur. Thanks for watching. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.